let's talk about putting an elastic waist in, and this is the easiest one that you can do. Normally, if you don't have to do a casing, you just have probably about 1.5 inches that you're going to turn down, and then you get an elastic. You're going to turn it down, you're going to finish the edge, turn it down, and you're going to stitch, leaving open a wide enough spot so that you can take this elastic through. And so then you're going to take the elastic right in to the casing and draw the elastic across using a pin or a bobbin or something like that, where you've got to have a little bit of stability to it. And the only hard part is getting over the seam. And you can see that's what I was just doing. Okay, so then you're going to pull that all the way around your skirt top. And by the way, I didn't say sew the side seams up first. So once you finish, you're going to sew the side seams up, then you're going to take the casing and turn it down. And then I have a real good way of finishing a piece of elastic so that it can be in a circle and be nice and flat. What you're going to do is take a piece of fabric, this is just a piece of muslin, but you can use anything that's stable, and you're going to use that zigzag running stitch again, and you're going to stitch that flat. And then you're going to come and bring the other side around and just basically kiss them so that they are, or let them kiss, I should say, so that they are right exactly together with no overlap. Then you're going to stitch the other side to the muslin or the piece of fabric. And then what you get is a very, very, very nice flat seam that you've put this together, because the last step is to go ahead and stitch down the center, and you close that all the way up. So now what we're going to do is put that elastic on in one other way, because on the very first skirt that I showed you an elastic that was actually sewn in rather than pulled in. And that is a very stable way to do this. So what you want to do is on your skirt, you want to mark the center front, center back, and then you have your side seams as your reference points. And then you're going to take your elastic, you're going to fold your elastic exactly in half from that seam that you just put together. Make a mark in this, and then pull these two together and match this one and make a mark on the sides, so that now you have the 4 spots that you're going to match with the skirt. So here I'm needing to match these points with the center and the sides of this skirt. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to have this really, really full. This is a slinky fabric, and so it doesn't really need to have a lot of width, because this will stretch beyond my hips. So in the waistband here, this waistband can be my exact hip measurement less maybe 1 inch, because of the fact that it's going to stretch. So I'm going to not have a whole lot of bulk I have to work with, and I'm going to stitch with that running zigzag again right on the edge, and as I stitch I pull the fabric. So I pull the elastic and the fabric at the same time as I'm stitching across there. And then once I got that finished, I have it all on here, and as you can see right here, all I've done is just turned this down, and I have stitched down. And of course these are white threads, but you can make this so that this actually hides from the fabric if it was black, because that's the way I did my other skirt that I showed you. And so there's not anything that's real bulky. Now on the other side, I did do a stitch down, and you can see that it's much more ripply, and also you need to have a zigzag stitch when you do this. And do you see? Because otherwise it will pop the thread if it was a straight stitch. So you can also do this, you're stitching through the elastic and through the fabric.